Alright, I have finished my double crochet second row of stitches. I always check my work, especially if I've got like between 20 and 30 or 40 stitches. I count them as I go, and then sometimes I go back and make sure that's all I had, because sometimes you put the stitch in the same stitch you did before and you end up with two of them, and then it kind of gets wider and wider as you go up the work you're doing, and you don't notice that you've gotten all out of whack. So I'm going to count these. It's just the raised up part that looks all twisted that I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have my 20. Next, I'm going to move up to the next row by doing my 2 little chain stitches to get it up to that height. And then I'm going to flip it over because I'm right-handed and I go right to left. In knitting, if you've ever knitted, you can always flip it over, but there are ways that you can go right and left and right. Crochet is different. Whatever hand you are, right-handed or left-handed, that's where you start and you go the opposite way. So I'm starting my next row, and as you can see, these are my little stitches on the top. That's what I call the top. This is kind of the front of my work. This is the back, the current back of my work. But when I do the next row, it'll be the front. And these are my 2 chain stitches right here. So now I'm going to make my next double crochet stitch. I'm going to wrap it around the needle, grab that first stitch. Okay, now this is what I'm doing different here. When we started the chain stitch, I only grabbed that one in the back, and we can continue to do that. If we separated this out and this was just the chain stitch here on the top, we really only needed to grab this, because I'd like to leave a nice little bottom here of 2 little remaining stitches from that chain stitch. So I only had you grab 1. Now I'm having you grab 2. It's much easier to grab 2 when you get to this second, or actually it's the third row, but the second double crochet row. So I'm going to wrap the needle around the thread, put it through both, which is a much bigger hole, and it's much easier to do this than it is to go in there and do this. So I'm going to go in there, grab the needle, pull it through that first one, grab the needle, pull it through 2, grab the needle, pull it through 2 more. So I'm going to continue on doing this across the row. And then I'm going to come back and do the third double crochet row.